Today we're going to look at adding and subtracting decimals using a formal algorithm. So when we add or subtract decimals, we just write the numbers vertically. The most important thing here, though, I highlighted, we're lining up the decimal points, which in turn means you're lining up place values. Just like you do with whole numbers, it's just we can kind of use that decimal point as a starting point of what to line up. So then you just bring down your decimal point straight down into your answer, and then you add or subtract just like you do with whole numbers. So let's look at a couple of examples together. So 8 and 1300ths plus 2 and 7600ths. So I'm going to set this one up. So I've lined up my decimal points, and then I'm just going to add like I do with whole numbers. So here's my decimal point. I can just bring it down when I get there. I can bring it down first. So 3 plus 6, there's 9. 1 plus 7 is 8. Bring down that decimal point. 8 plus 2 is 10. So 10 and 8900ths. Let's try another one. 1 and 459 thousandths. And then 23 and 7 tenths. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in some zeros here just to keep my place values in line. Adding those zeros does not change the value after the decimal point. So 9 plus 0, 5 plus 0, 4 plus 11, here's my decimal point, then 3 plus 1, there's 4 plus the 1 more, and then 2. So 25 and 159 thousandths. All right, let's look at a couple of examples for subtraction. So if I have 5 and 508 thousandths, I'm subtracting 3 and 174 thousandths. All my place values are lined up, decimal points are lined up. 8 minus 4. This is where I have to regroup. So I can't take 7 from 0. So I'm going to come borrow from this 5 and make it a 4. This becomes a 10. So 10 minus 7, 4 minus 1, and then 5 minus 3. 2 and 334 thousandths. Okay, last one on this page. 21 and 9 tenths. We're subtracting 1 and 605 thousandths. And again, I'm going to put zeros here, especially with subtraction, so I have something to take away from. And it just helps keep my place values in line. So on this one, I can't take 5 away from 0, so I have to come over here. But I can't borrow from 0, so I have to come over here. So that 9 becomes an 8. Then I'm going to work my way back. This becomes a 9. Now I have my 10. So 10 minus 5, 9 minus 0, 8 minus 6. Bring down that decimal point. 1 minus 1, 2 minus 0. And then you may want to check for reasonableness on all of these. So I have a number close to 8, a number close to 3. My answer should be close to 11. Number close to 1, a number close to 24. Answer should be close to 25. Okay, this is close to 6, this is close to 3, so 6 minus 3, this should be close to 3 as well. And then this is close to 22 and close to 2. Answer should be close to 20. Okay, go ahead and flip this over and then pause your video and try these next 4 problems on your own. Go ahead and give those next 4 problems a try on your own. All right, and you can go ahead and check your work to those 4 before we move on here. All right, so we're going to look at a couple of word problems now. So in this next one, you go to the school cafeteria and your meal is $3.45. And then your friend's meal costs $3.90. You pay for both meals and you give them a $10 bill. We want to figure out how much change do you receive, how much change do you get back. So I'm going to start with the $10. $10 is what I pay. So I'm going to set up an expression here. I have $10. Okay, and we're going to subtract the cost of our meals. So we need to add that cost together. So the $3.45 plus the $3.90. Okay, so your first step, we're going to leave the 10 alone first, and then go ahead and add your $3.45 and your $3.90. If you need to go out to the side and work that out, go ahead and do that. All right, so the meals cost $7.35. Now we want to subtract that from 10. So again, you can go out and do some scratch work to the side and take the $7.35 away from the $10. So we're left with $2.65. So how much change do you receive? We answer that in a complete sentence. You receive $2.65. All right, the last problem here says the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool is approximately rectangular. I did mark that as important because if it's rectangular, we know if the width is 50 9/10 meters, that's two sides that are 50 9/10. And if the length is 618 4/400 meters, that's two sides that are that long. So you're going to walk the perimeter of the pool, and we're going to figure out about how many meters do you walk. So if we're looking at the perimeter, that means we're taking the sum of the side lengths. So we're going to add up all of the side lengths. So I know I didn't leave you much room on this one, so you may want to turn your paper sideways for this. But if we're adding this, all of our side lengths together, well, we have the 618 4/400. And we do have two of those, because remember it's a rectangle, so the other side has that as well. Then we have the 50 9/10. And again, we're going to have two of those. So I'm going to add all four side lengths together. So go ahead and pause your video and add those four together. So my exact answer was 1,338 68/100. Now the question says about how many meters do you walk? So we can round that up to the nearest whole number, and we have to think, is that closer to 1,338 or is that closer to 1,339? And it is closer to 1,339. So we would say you walk about 1,339 meters.